Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining me on this episode of Val Talks Pets. In this episode, I will explore FIP in cats, a condition also known as Feline Infectious Peritonitis. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Val Talks Pets, the forum for pet parents and enthusiasts alike. Having been in the pet industry for over 10 years now, I'm going to share with you issues and questions that arise as I work with pet parents on a day-to-day basis. I am not a veterinarian, but I do have certifications in canine, feline, small animal, fish and herptile, and avian health and nutrition from the University of California, Davis Extension. Feline infectious peritonitis is often referred to as FIP. It is a mutation of the feline coronavirus. Oh, there's a word we have all become familiar with. However, this is the feline kind. What exactly is FIP? According to Cornell University College of Veterinary Medicine, FIP is a viral disease, as mentioned, caused by certain strains of the feline coronavirus. The way FIP manifests is quite interesting, but at the same time a bit confusing. Here is what Cornell says. Most strains of the feline coronavirus are found in the gastrointestinal tract and do not cause significant disease. These are referred to as feline enteric coronavirus, FECV. Cats infected with FECV usually do not show any symptoms during the initial viral infection, but may occasionally experience bouts of diarrhea and or mild upper respiratory signs from which they recover spontaneously. FECV-infected cats usually mount an immune response through which antibodies against the virus are produced within 7 to 10 days of infection. In approximately 10% of cats infected with FECV, one or more mutations of the virus can alter its biological behavior, resulting in white blood cells becoming infected with the virus and spreading it throughout the cat's body. When this occurs, the virus is referred to as the FIPV. An intense inflammatory reaction to FIPV occurs around the vessels in the tissues where these infected cells are located, often in the abdomen, kidney, or brain. It is this interaction between the body's immune system and the virus that is responsible for the development of FIP. FIP generally occurs in one of two forms: a wet form in which fluid accumulates in body cavities like the abdomen and or chest, and a dry form that affects the central nervous system, resulting in neurological signs. Once a cat develops clinical FIP, the disease is usually progressive and almost always fatal without therapy. This disease is a real chicken and egg scenario, and studies are ongoing, so some of the pathologies now may change with further research. As it stands now, the road to FIP begins with the infection of the FECV, feline enteric coronavirus. This virus is highly contagious, passed through feces and saliva. FECV is a high risk factor when there are a lot of cats together. The next step is FIPV, Feline Infectious Peritonitis virus. FIPV is not thought to be transferable through feces or saliva, as it is a result of a mutation of FECV. So, it is a bit of a crapshoot whether the cat will get FIP when they have been infected with FECV. The cat's immune system, overall health, and environment is going to play a huge role. At this point, there is only one licensed FIP vaccine, but this vaccine has questionable effectiveness in preventing FIP, and it is not routinely recommended. So let's look at the symptoms of FIP. The dry version of FIP is very serious. This is also called the non-effusive type, and a cat with this type may only survive a few days, maybe several months, and will succumb to organ or system failure. The wet or effusive form of FIP is the most common type. According to VCACanada.com, this refers to the accumulation of fluid in the body cavities. Fluid may accumulate in the abdomen, leading to swollen abdomen, or the chest cavity, resulting in difficult breathing. Fatality is imminent without therapy. Diagnosing FIP is one of the most challenging diagnoses a veterinarian can make. There are a limitation of tests, so it becomes a diagnosis of exclusion. As VCA points out, fluid analysis does not always provide a definitive diagnosis of the disease. Sometimes FIP is a diagnosis of exclusion, meaning that a variety of similar conditions have been ruled out. As for blood tests, veterinary laboratories provide tests that detect antibodies to feline coronavirus in the blood. But these tests are non-specific and cannot be used alone to diagnose FIP. If a cat has clinical signs consistent with a diagnosis of FIP, then a positive test is supportive of the diagnosis, but not conclusive. According to WebMD.com, yes, FIP is difficult to diagnose. Many of its symptoms could also be symptoms of other issues, and there is no single blood test available to confirm FIP. Your veterinarian is more likely to assume FIP if present in your cat is or has a low number of white blood cells, has an unusually high number of white blood cells, has elevated concentrations of protein in the blood, shows yellowing of the gums or eyes, is in a higher risk group, so young cats or cats living in an overcrowded environment. If there is a buildup of fluid in your cat's abdomen or chest, your veterinarian may collect a sample of the fluid for testing. Fluid with a high protein percentage is an indicator of FIP and will frequently be yellow tinged. If FIP is suspected, your veterinarian may take an X-ray or ultrasound of your cat. Now, in terms of clinical treatments for FIP, there is no cure. Some supportive treatments may extend or improve quality of life. So how do we help a cat with FIP? One thing that a cat with FIP can benefit from is being fed wet food. Wet or canned food can help with hydration and easy digested essential nutrients. And of course, high quality dry food that can also be moistened. Let's take a look at some of the supporting herbs for a cat with FIP. I found a good FIP kit from NHV Natural Pet. I thought we could look at the breakdown of the ingredients to see what support we are looking at. The NHV Feline and the BK Detox have some interesting ingredients. Let's start with the Feline, and I'll give you the herb and the description of what it helps with as explained by NHV Natural Pet. So, St. John's wort, a potent antiviral that helps control viral infections and stimulates your cat's immune system. Turmeric, a powerful antioxidant that helps fight the damaging effects of free radicals. It strengthens liver function and contains strong antifungal properties. Aloe vera contains high levels of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and other nutrients important for cats with immune disorders. Alfalfa contains high levels of chlorophyll, which works as an antioxidant in your cat's bloodstream. It also contains nutrients beneficial to cats with immune disorders. Burdock helps cleanse the body of toxins and waste that accumulate during illness. It is also high in calcium, phosphorus, iron, thiamine, and riboflavin. Cat's claw, a wonderful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant that supports your cat's immune system and helps with viruses like leukemia. OSHA, a natural immune builder that helps pets fight infections, including FELV and FIV. Also has antibacterial and antiviral properties. Dandelion, a highly nutritious food that stimulates liver secretion, improves digestion, and stimulates appetite. It also protects the kidneys and has anti-inflammatory properties. Gotu kola, an antioxidant-rich herb known to strengthen the immune system and protect cells from damage caused by free radicals. Usnea, an immune system stimulant with antibacterial and antifungal properties that can help your cat's weakened immune system from Candida albicans. Golden seal, an immune-supporting herb and blood-cleansing properties. Myrrh helps control bacterial infections that cats with compromised immune system are so vulnerable to. Oh, wow. This is amazing. Now, in the BK detox, there is red clover, a blood-purifying herb with antibiotic and anti-inflammatory properties. It promotes cleansing and the elimination of toxins and deposits through diuretic and expectorant activity. Cleavers, a tonic that increases the circulation of lymph-impaired areas of the body and aids in the drainage of lymph-engorged cysts, tumors, and inflamed tissues of the urinary tract. Neem, an evergreen tree with powerful blood purifying and detoxing effects. Oregon grape. This supports and improves digestion by helping rid the body of waste and toxins in the blood. Gotu kola, a small green herb known for its cleansing, diuretic, and strong antioxidant properties. Buckthorn, a gentle laxative and blood cleansing tonic. Burdock, a highly effective blood purifier abundant in calcium, phosphorus, iron, thiamine, and riboflavin. Supports the entire body while gently eliminating toxic buildup. Sarsaparilla, a cleansing herb that stimulates the kidneys to flush deposits and clear toxins. Echinacea angustifloia. This boosts the immune system and stimulates the body's defense mechanism. Chaparral, a blood-purifying antioxidant rich in amino acids. Prickly ash, a tonic that stimulates the entire lymphatic system to encourage the elimination of toxic metabolites. Again, wow. These two liquid supplement combinations are absolutely amazing. Thanks so much to NHV Natural Pet for creating such a comprehensive support directed to cats with FIP. The bottom line with regard to life expectancy of a cat with FIP is rather grim. A cat with non-effusive FIP will only survive a few weeks to months. A cat with the effusive FIP will only survive for days to weeks. There are some newer medications for non-effusive FIP, and this is what is meant by without treatment when figuring the life expectancy of a cat with non-effusive FIP. Now, according to Cornell University, a medication has come to light, a compound developed and released in 2018 called GS 441524. It has been known to be a safe and effective therapy for the treatment of FIP in cats in a number of clinical trials carried out primarily in Australia and the UK. Now, this compound is now available in the US. It is also available in Canada through the Emergency Drug Release Program. Interesting that according to VMC University Saskatchewan.ca, Veterinary Medical Center, University of Saskatchewan, It was only about a year ago, in February 2024, when Canadian veterinarians gained legal access to the antiviral medication. Veterinarians wishing to request access to these drugs must submit an EDR, Emergency Drug Release application. The cost of this compound is not cheap. A 12-week course is approximately $3,000. A cat with feline infectious peritonitis is in a serious way. If the FIP is one of the non-effusive type, the new compound, GS 441524, may buy some time. As well, going from a holistic direction, many herbs can provide support as well, as seen with the NHV Natural Pet FIP kit. As for vaccinating for FIP, according to UC Davis Veterinary Medicine, professionals have spent the past 3 years creating a vaccine to prevent the often fatal condition in young cats. Kittens can get the vaccine from 6 months to 2 years. The problem, however, is that the vaccine cannot be administered until the kitten is at least 6 months of age. And in most cases, they have already been exposed to the feline coronavirus, the one that can mutate into FIP. This vaccine is not available in Canada, the UK, or Australia. It is available in the US, but it is not routinely recommended. As you can see, FIP is a real issue. As we know, so many cats in feral colonies or overcrowded shelters or hoarding situations can easily become infected with the feline coronavirus, which could mutate into FIP. FECV is highly contagious on its own, so the rampant nature of this virus is a real threat when there are a lot of cats that interact either in a friendly manner or a violent manner, and hygiene is not the best. The difficult diagnosis process of FIP doesn't help either. If you think you may have a kitten or cat with FIP, know that this may be a heartbreaking journey. The other thing to be mindful of is where the cat or kitten is coming from. Cats can survive being exposed to the feline coronavirus, so a cat coming from a suspect situation can be screened. Now, cats often recover from feline coronavirus on their own as an immune response is triggered. However, knowing if there is FECV present would be very helpful because there isn't any specific treatment for FECV. Personally, I would be doing all the natural options available to boost the immune system and cleanse out as much as possible to hopefully thwart the chance of mutation. So, I truly hope that feline infectious peritonitis is not something anyone will have to deal with, but at least now you have some information to help make a more informed decision going forward, and your discussion with the vet can now be more multi-leveled with some understanding of this virus. Let's keep our kitties safe out there by being aware of things like FIP, because as I say, knowing is caring. Thank you for listening to Val Talks Pets. Please remember to follow or subscribe to ensure that you never miss an episode. To really help the show and to make it easier for others to find, please rate and review each episode that you find interesting and helpful. And don't forget that you can also email me at val@valtalkspets.com with topics you would like me to address or with any questions you may have. Also, check out my website at valtalkspets.com and let me know what you think and how we can improve upon it. Thanks for caring.